On the merits of the case, the question of the merits of the case, because if the rule is against the merits, I think it would be good for members not to delve into the merits of the matter. So could you give us guidance on what the merits of the case are?
Okay, Honorable Sunkuli, you missed an important part of my ruling. I said that this House has not been served with a court order, and therefore we cannot know what the order directed. When that comes, there shall be sufficient time to do that. But for now, we are proceeding as usual with the matter. So, Honorable Ruku, what's your point of order?
Madam Speaker, I listened carefully to the chairman of Joint Committee on National Assembly, and I didn't hear him moving the motion. I don't know whether this motion is proper on the floor of the House or not. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Yeah, he moved the motion because he moved the motion as indicated in the order paper. Unless you wanted him to go further and make an explanation, which is optional. Yes, Leader of Minority.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. And I wish to now contribute to this motion following your ruling and guidance. Madam Speaker, I want to start on the premise that the National Police Service does not fall within the ambit of what is provided for under Article 240, sub-Article 8 of the Constitution. And I'll explain why. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Article 240.
Honorable Tongoya and Leader of Majority,
I'm addressing very weighty issues that will require that people listen. Honorable members, if you may listen to me.
Okay, Honorable Leader of Minority, start again because I didn't hear you.
Yes. I was saying that Article 248, Article 240 sub-Article 8, that we seem to be hiding behind in purporting to process this deployment of the police service to Haiti simply talks about deployment of national forces outside Kenya. Outside Kenya, national forces. Madam Speaker, if you go to Article 241, Article 241 of the Constitution, you will find that there are established the Kenya Defense Forces. Article 241 of the Constitution provides for the establishment of the Kenya Defense Forces, and it goes further to list those forces as consisting of the Kenya Army, the Kenya Air Force, the Kenya Navy, and basically those three. It simply talks of the three arms of the Kenya Defense Forces as what constitute the defense forces. Nothing could have been easier if the drafters of this constitution had intended to include the National Police Service as part of the forces, to say so explicitly under Article 240 sub-Article 8 of the Constitution. Madam Speaker, we cannot afford to do what we are trying to do currently, of circumventing the Constitution and the law. In fact, the National Police Service, as established under Article 243 and 245 of the Constitution, is under the command of the Inspector General of Police. It is not under the command of the President or any other person. The commander-in-chief of the Kenya Defense Forces is not the commander of the National Police Service. That is my submission. And you can challenge me. So it was not the intention of the makers of our constitution. And Honorable Otinda Molo is here. He will help us. Because he was a member of the committee of experts that drafted our constitution. It was not the intention of the draft of the constitution, nor was it the intention of Kenyans when they promulgated this constitution.
So you seem to have a point of order?
Yes.
Okay, you'll come after leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You know, the leader of minority has asked us to challenge him. And Honorable Speaker, it's also good to state matters of fact in line with our standing orders. Honorable Speaker, the leader of minority is clearly misreading and misinterpreting the Constitution, because if you read Article 248 of the Constitution that provides that the National Security Council, with the approval of Parliament, which is the basis of this motion, Honorable Speaker, may deploy the national forces of Kenya for regional and international peace support operations or other support operations. Honorable Speaker, if you read Article 242, the Constitution of the Security Council, the Council consists of, amongst others, and I'll go straight to I, the Inspector General of the National Police Service. And therefore, you cannot argue that the National Security Council, or that is involved with the deployment of forces and request with the approval of Parliament, does not constitute the National Police Service. Because it is right there in the Constitution, Honorable Speaker, 242H, I, Honorable Speaker, including the National Intelligence Service, for that matter. So even if you are to deploy National Intelligence Service officers, that is part of the National Security Council.
How I wish my colleague did not interrupt me. Because he has clearly not added any value to the debate.
He has assisted you.
Because if you look at the composition of the National Security Council, it also has civilians in it, including the Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs. So are you saying Foreign Affairs staff are members of the Defense Forces? Are you saying we can deploy Foreign Affairs staffers, Ministry of Foreign Affairs staffers to Haiti to maintain security? It doesn't add. It doesn't follow. It doesn't matter who is a member of the National Security Council. What is important is what constitutes. What constitutes
a point of order. I'll still give you time. Don't worry. You have sufficient time, and we shall add you a minute or so for the interruption. Honorable Russo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I stand under Standing Order number 91. I think from the floor of this House, the leader of minority should not mislead the nation and this House. For him to stand there and purport that the President is not the commander of the National Police Service, then the word commander-in-chief simply means that all those who are armed, whether the Kenya Defense Forces, the National Police Service, the Prison Service, actually come under the President of the Republic of Kenya. That is what he has been given, or she